friends, my name's Amy and I'm an accredited rehab trainer and pole dancer from Perth, Western Australia. And today I'm bringing you 3 exercises that you can do to help you pole-proof your shoulders. Now, our shoulders do a lot for us when we pole dance. We twist them into funny, flexy positions. They hold our whole body weight, even upside down, and then they even hold our body weight when we have them twisted in funny positions. And sadly, our shoulders are amongst probably one of the most common injuries in us pole dancers. And it is my passion to help you keep doing what you love to do injury-free. So these 3 exercises are taken from my popular Pole-Proof Your Shoulders workshop, and you can add them into your warm-ups or your conditioning workouts to help you pole-proof your shoulders for many, many years of happy poling to come. Now this first exercise is designed to help you activate and strengthen your lower traps, a very important muscle when it comes to all our pole dancing moves. Unfortunately, this muscle tends to be quite weak on a lot of us, and for long shoulder health and happy pole dancing, it's definitely an important muscle that we should all focus on. So you're going to need 2 pieces of equipment for this exercise, a yoga block. This one is optional and the exercise can be done without this, but it really does help give you a lot of feedback throughout the exercise. And the last piece of equipment for this one is your mini band. Now try and use a really light one for this one. The thicker resistance bands are quite hard to use for this exercise. I'm using Fit Booty Body Bands, my favorite mini band company. I'll pop the link below the video, and if you use code AMY10, you do get a discount on these ones. To begin this exercise, we need to make sure we set ourselves up really well. So you're going to be sitting against a wall, keeping your spine as flat to the wall as you can, making sure that your lower back does not arch away from the wall. We want to try and keep that spine as flat to the wall as possible. So we do have to slightly engage our core by tucking our tummy in to help us keep the back really, really flat. Now keep in mind that throughout the exercise, we do not want that lower back pulling away from the wall. From there, you're going to grab your block and your mini band. Now the mini band is going to go around your wrists and the block is going to go in between your elbows. Now the goal here is to keep your wrists pulling out really wide so that they are situated straight on top of your elbows and your elbows pushing into the block. We basically don't want your elbows winging out wide and your wrists coming in for this exercise, or you will not feel those lower traps kick in. So I'm pushing my elbows into the block, opening my wrists out nice and wide, and from there we're going to try and bring our arms up, tap the wall, and bring it back down. Now through this exercise, I'm aiming to keep my shoulders down away from my ears. So I want to try not to let them raise up towards my ears as I raise my shoulders, my hands above head. And I'm also again making sure that that lower back doesn't arch away from the wall. So again, pulling those wrists out wide against the mini band, pushing those elbows into the block, and then we're just going to tap above head, keeping those shoulders down, spine really flat to the floor, and dropping it back down again from there. I recommend doing 10 of these and doing about 3 sets of that if you're adding this into your warm-ups. Now if you are finding this really difficult, I suggest taking the mini band off and just doing this one with the block between your elbows. So same idea, I want to keep those wrists pulling out on top of those elbows as I come all the way up above head, making sure that they don't narrow in, and then dropping back down again. And we want to be trying to feel this one back here in those lower traps, and possibly just a small amount of your lats over here. Now this exercise is going to help strengthen up all the muscles of your back, and more specifically what I really want you to try and activate is your lower traps. So again, just this little muscle here. So we're going to begin by just chucking the band around the pole at about belly button height. Stepping away, I just want you to get your stance correct first. So it's just a soft bend in your knees. Try not to let your knees cave in. Try keep them nice and open. That way we can activate our glutes, which is also really important in this exercise. So facing the pole, soft bend at those knees, chest is up nice and tall, and we're keeping those knees nice and open. From there, we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades backwards, then pull the band towards your belly button, and then release back out again. So again, I'm pulling my shoulders back, then pulling the band in, and releasing back out again. Now as we're doing this one, I really want you to think about squeezing your shoulder blades backwards, keeping those shoulders down as you pull those hands back towards your belly button. Now really pay attention that your shoulders do not raise up towards your ears, and that as we come back, they don't roll forward. So I don't want your shoulder to look like this in the end position. Try and keep that shoulder nice and tall and really squeeze those shoulder blades backwards. So again, I'm pulling my shoulders down away from those ears and then just squeezing those shoulder blades back. Now try not to pull your hands too hard here. You'll end up overusing your biceps and you won't be feeling your back muscles kick in quite as much as what we'd like. So again, shoulders down, squeeze them back, and pulling those hands to about belly button height. Also pay attention to your neck here. Make sure your neck isn't falling down, it isn't too far forward. Think about drawing your chin back. So we're going to think triple chin start. Draw that chin back in line with the spine, just to keep everything nice and straight and help those back muscles kick in just a little bit more. For our last exercise today, we're going to be using our long resistance band again. And again, we're going to be strengthening up all the muscles of the back, all our pulling muscles. And again, specifically trying to activate this little spot here. Activate and strengthen those lower traps. So you're going to begin by placing your resistance band around the pole. Throughout this exercise, it's really important that we keep our spine flat to the pole throughout the entire movement. From there, I really want you to think about pulling your shoulder blades down away from those ears and then pulling those arms into the side of your body and then coming back up again. So again, I'm really thinking about pulling my shoulder blades down away from those ears and then pulling those elbows into the side of the body. So as we're pulling those shoulder blades down and back, really just thinking about activating and squeezing those lower traps. One of the common mistakes that I tend to see in this exercise is elbow positioning. So as you come down, we want to try and keep your elbow lined up directly under your wrist. We want to try and prevent your elbows falling back behind your torso because you will not feel your lower traps activate. So we're going to think about keeping those elbows pulling forward under those wrists. Thank you for watching, and if you do have any questions regarding any of the exercises we've gone over today, please pop them in the comments below or send me a private message. And please like this video, comment and subscribe to my channel so I can continue making more videos for you. Thanks!